Hello, everyone. Welcome to Las Vegas for the PGT Last Chance series. We have a special final table for you today. It is event number 3, $10,000 buy-in, no limit Texas Hold'em. Phil Hellmuth has reached his second final table of 2026, his second final table at this series. There you see him in C3 between Sergio Aido and Brandon Wilson. Hellmuth is, of course, the headliner here, but a very, very, very competitive final table. Aido leads the way just ahead of Brandon Wilson, Chino Rheem, Jeremy Becker, and then Joey Weissman is bringing up the rear. Weissman very, very short here to start things off. A lot on the line at this series and in this tournament. First and foremost, more than $275,000 up top. The payouts are presented by our friends at Global Poker. Check them out at globalpoker.com to get in on the action today. Everyone left is guaranteed $54,000. In addition to the prize money, these guys are all playing for various leaderboard positions. I'll talk about that throughout the day as we go, but there are 2 leaderboards. One, the season-long PGT leaderboard as players try and get into the top 40 and therefore qualify for the PGT $1 Million Championship that is coming up in just a couple days.
Okay, so Under Armour Chino, that's what we're talking about. So I pulled a suit fresh out the box Monday, final tabled.
Okay.
This is fresh out the box.
Final table.
Final tabled, so I'm like, I have to buy 100 tracksuits from Armour. Oh, and the Halo shoes. And let's not get a time violation.
You're fine.
I fold.
Me too.
I think I did it in 30 seconds. Chino, promote, promote, promote. Sell, sell, sell.
I like it, buddy.
No free ads, but that was a free ad.
Fold.
The other leaderboard that these guys are playing for is the Dream Seat leaderboard. That is the series leaderboard. And the top 5 players on that leaderboard who aren't already qualified for the PGT $1 Million Championship via the top 40, they will win a Dream Seat, which puts them into the $1 Million Championship. So a lot on the line here. Aido kicks things off, 160K under the gun. Wiseman very, very short. Has already committed a good portion of his stack being in the big blind with the big blind ante. He's going to defend the suited 7 deuce. And a couple of diamonds here for Wiseman. So this money's going to go in against the top 2 for Aido.
Check.
He starts things off with a check.
100,000.
Aido puts him in, and here we go. It's time to run it.
What is that? Flush draw? Flush draw. It's not a bad spot for you.
Cooler.
Yeah, this is a great spot that you just have in the first hand.
Yeah. Guy calls 7 deuce. Everyone get ready to pay up.
Right.
5 of clubs on the turn. No help for Wiseman. He needs a diamond. 9 outs. We can see the 6 of diamonds is dead. Ace on the river,
GG.
ace of spades, and we say goodbye to
battle,
Joey
Joey.
Weissman in
Battle
6th
you
place.
always. Good luck. Go get him.
$54,000 for him and 54 PGT points. For every $1,000 that these players win, it's worth 1 PGT point in this
I wonder
event.
how many streams have started off with 2 dead small blinds in a row. This is
Yeah,
probably the
this
first
box,
in
right.
history.
That's my box?
Yeah.
This box is empty, right?
What do you mean 2 in a row? This one and what? What was the other one?
Last hand.
Last hand was a dead small blind. This is a dead small blind. I wonder how many final
What do you mean last hand? This was the first hand, wasn't it?
Yeah, but no small one.
No, I get that. And then what did you say? What was the other time?
Right now.
Glad you're listening, Chino.
Oh,
Updated
right
chip
now.
counts here presented
I was
by
saying,
Global
like,
Poker.
I've
Sergio
never
Aido,
seen
first
it
player up
before
over
where-
4
I'm
million.
going to admit, I just smoked before we played. So
Smoked what?
took me a second.
Smoked what?
It wasn't crack. God bless.
No, I'm just saying, like, dead small blind for the first 2 hands of a
that
televised
is
final
crazy.
table. It's got to
Oh,
be
yeah.
a first.
Oh, that's right. This button's still in my face. 2 hands in a row. That's dope.
Yeah, man.
We're going to have to take advantage of that. And 160.
Raise to 160.
Chino Rheem here getting active on the button. 8-7 of diamonds. Comes in with a min raise. This event had 108 entries. Just over $1 million in the prize pool. Top 16 spots paid. And we are down to the final 5. Sergio Aido defends,
Check.
queen deuce suited, flops, trips.
200,000.
Checks to Rheem, who comes with 200K. As they approached the bubble last night, Sergio Aido had not many chips. You know, he was kind of hovering around below average, just kind of hanging around. And then he won with 2 8s against Sam Soverall's pocket queens. And that started just an incredible spin up for Sergio. He cracked aces a couple of times. He got
Nice hand,
aces
Poppy.
himself, was just winning pretty much every single hand that he
Check
got
raise,
involved
bluff me
with.
with
And that's what allowed him to come into here with the chip lead today.
A little something, something, nothing, nothing. Thank you. Come on, man. Thank you.
Well, I really like that. Can the cameras pan up and show that? Brent, you're in the booth. Can you pan up and show that the chip counts and the big blinds? That's pretty cool.
Brent is not in the booth, Phil.
Well done, Brent, the new CEO of Poker Go. Did you know he's CEO?
Who are you talking to? I thought you were talking to someone behind me, I swear.
Talking to that camera.
I got you.
Brent Hanks.
I understand.
Brent Hanks is not only the commentator, he also wears the big boy pants. He's CEO of Poker Go.
Winner.
I'm not going to look.
10 seconds.
That second part of that is true. Brent Hanks is now the CEO of Poker Go. Shout out to Mr. Hanks.
Raise your hand if you love Brent Hanks.
I'll raise my
You
hand.
want me to raise my hand right now?
Should you love Brent Hanks?
Legend.
I do, but
Can we give him a little praise, Chino?
we love B. Hanks.
Yeah, man. I don't know about his Buffalo Bills, though. I think they're in trouble. I don't think they're going to beat the Jaguars. Sorry, Brent. We praise him, but not his team.
Seconds.
160.
All in.
All in.
There goes Hellmuth with a couple of queens, jamming over a raise from Chino Rheem with King Jack suited.
10 seconds.
I owe you a show. If you
Show it
show
to me.
yours,
Okay.
throw him back to him. I owe you a show.
Okay, show me ace queen.
It's better than ace queen.
I can't see the other one.
Nice it.
I raised too much. I raised too much. But I have to make queens look like ace king today.
I'm in bad shape versus either. Nice hand.
You showed me one yesterday.
I did. Good. And you
You
made a good
said
fold.
same time. Yeah. Sergio, they might, I don't do the drugs, but yesterday Chino raised. I'm in the small blind. I call with ace jack. Very next round he raised, and I just folded ace jack. And he threw his hand for one bet, and so he threw his hand face up. I threw my hand face
Got
up.
them better?
He had jacks. And he's like, Phil, I know why you figured it out.
That's white magic.
10 seconds.
Hellmuth picked off a big
See, the
bluff
time I
last
raised the
night
button,
from
they both
Chino
moved
Rheem.
all in. Get out the way.
Action here folds
No,
over
that's
to
all.
Wilson
Get out the way.
in the small blind.
Get out the way. None of us are fools, but get out the way, fool.
Who sings that song?
I don't know. Tell me.
Ludacris.
Ah, that's Luda.
Couple of sevens here in
You're
the
only
big
singing like half
for
of the
Becker,
actual
facing the small blind
verse of
limp
that
from Wilson.
Song.
Give me the rest of it.
No, you guys are
270?
playing a pot right
270.
Appreciate everyone who is tuning in on Poker Go, on the Poker Go YouTube channel as well. If you are on YouTube,
Get
do us
out
a
the
favor, hit that
Move,
like
bitch.
button. We are
Get out the
live,
way.
Get out the way.
albeit on a short
fool.
delay here
Move.
for this final table from the PGT
You
Last
heard me.
You got
Chance
anything
series.
else?
That's it. That's
Because
all
there's
it
some
is.
pretty good lines in that one.
We're 80, right?
I think there's some pretty good lines in that song. You think anybody had us singing rap songs in the first few hands on the bingo card today?
The answer is yes, because you're just obnoxious.
Raise.
160.
Oh,
Call.
Wilson raises the
Alright.
button. Jack 4 suited. Rheem defends the big blind. Six, 5, 4. Rainbow here. 2 pair for Rheem.
That's a nice feature, right, sir?
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
Check, check. 5 on the turn. Pairs the
bet
board.
everyone
That
will have
fills up
this.
Chino Rheem.
They did it first in try.
Yeah. I've never played a Triton, but maybe this year I'll play a couple.
Did you like that? Call.
Chino's lead of 200K is called. 840 in the middle. Ace of hearts on the end. Probably a card that Chino feels like could have connected fairly well with Wilson's range here. Can check back some ace highs on this sort of flop. Call turn on a paired board, and maybe Chino will go a little bit larger here, try and target, you know, anything that connected with those aces, or with that ace, I should say.
Time extension.
$500.
500 announced.
1,000.
Wilson, one of the most methodical players you will see, not just here in the studio, but in all of poker. Regularly takes his time.
10 seconds. Time extension.
There's a fold out of Wilson, no further value from or for Chino Rheem. But he does collect that pot and
Betting
climb
if
up
I
over
check.
2 million.
River,
What's that?
are you betting if I check river?
I'll tell you the answer to that if you tell me if you were bluffing.
I wasn't bluffing.
I was not betting.
Take one
I was-
time Chino.
Sure. I was not bluffing.
a fair exchange of information.
Calling smaller. If I asked these stupid questions, I obviously had it.
You're in for 40, Chino. That's 80.
Oh, heads up, right? I folded?
Yes.
Fold.
First walk of the day goes to Sergio Aido there. This series consists of 6 events, all $10,000 buy-in tournaments. It's all in lead up to the PGT $1 Million Championship. This is the final regular season tournament series on the PGT. Action will wrap up on Saturday, and that's when we'll know the top 40 for the leaderboard that get into the PGT Championship. We'll know the 5 Dream Seat winners. We'll also know the PGT Player of the Year. It's a pretty tight race at the top of the leaderboard between Sam Soverall and Alex Foxen. Foxen did cash in this event. Foxen finished in 8th place last night. That allowed him to earn 38 points and narrow the gap between Soverall and him. Still can't count out Chino Rheem either in that POY race. Chino is 3rd. He's about 450 to 500 points behind Foxen and Soverall, but there's 270 points up top today. There's still a few more tournaments left, so it would take a heroic effort, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that Chino Rheem could steal the POY title at the 11th hour. So something we'll be monitoring closely. Of course, you guys can follow along with everything on PGT.com. Live updates, leaderboard updates, all that sort of good stuff is on the website.
10 seconds.
Blind versus blind action here is
400,000.
between Aido and
Tested me
Hellmuth.
earlier, early, Sergio. Test early.
Time extension.
Hellmuth doesn't often use his time extensions, generally acts pretty fast.
Okay.
Healthy bet here of 400K from Sergio is called by Phil. Phil drawing dead to a chop. 5 comes in on the end. Could save Phil from putting in any more money here with that 4-liner available. Sergio with 2 pair. First to act here, 1.2 in the middle.
450.
10 seconds.
450, just over a 3rd pot here. Very milky from Sergio.
Call.
Phil makes the call. He's going to see the bad news here.
1960, 2 pair.
It's 2 pair for Sergio Aido. Phil flashes his 9, and he's down to $1 million in chips.
Oh man, I almost folded. Top pair, blind over blind. Oh man, come on.
Cool.
Hellmuth limps in from the small blind, king 9 of diamonds. It's up against Brandon Wilson.
How'd you know I was trapping? You don't even believe me right now, so I can say it.
I think you had ace queen with a club.
90.
Similar situation happened last night. Hellmuth limped the small blind. He said he limped with ace king suited. And he ended up folding the river when a flush draw came in against Wilson. And mini blow up from Hellmuth, you know, did the whole, these kids, they don't know what they're doing.
I don't have ace queen, and I'm definitely going to check the turn. Check.
Wilson's gonna float. Hellmuth with his patented check in the dark. Deuce of hearts. Gutter now for Wilson. If Wilson hits this, I mean, Hellmuth is just gonna skyrocket to the moon.
10 seconds.
You have buried me blind over blind. I've trapped you and trapped you. When you got me with ace king suited late last night, I was pretty bummed out.
Into the muck goes the best hand from Phil.
I'm gonna run out of time. I know I'm gonna be some big bots, but I might run out of time.
10 seconds.
There's too many flushes on that one yesterday. There's no way you're gonna win.
I mean,
Talking about it, I limped in with ace king suited. You were in the big blind. It came king queen jack.
Well,
I'm gonna win like 90-some% of the time with that.
Phil, that was
spot.
the flop. When I say flushes were there, when did they get there?
No, I know you had a flush on the turner. I felt that, but it just didn't seem fair. You beat me all day, and I finally had you all messed up, and you somehow made a flush. I even got the check raise in.
I'm 90% certain,
I'll tell
probably
you
like
what.
98% certain.
I
Brandon
would've
Wilson never
won
showed
and
his hand
lost
last
the
night,
pot,
so
man.
we don't actually
And I
know
would
if he
have
had a
raised
flush or not.
cards. The pot wouldn't have been as big, but I would have slept good at night knowing.
You said he had a flush. I can tell he's telling the truth.
160.
Call.
Hellmuth with the spot. Maybe you want to jam 10.5 bigs here against a pretty active opener in Chino Rheem, but elects to just call.
10 seconds.
That's up.
Ace, king, 3, 2 hearts. Here we go.
100.
Small bet here from Chino Rheem. Now, Hellmuth doesn't, not that he doesn't have to. He might not raise here, you know, just how Hellmuth plays. He tends to do his own thing. And here it comes with a min raise.
Call.
Chino quickly calls. Another ace on the turn. Check, check immediately. 4 on the river. It's value time for Chino Rheem.
$500.
500K announced. Phil only has 475 behind, so this would eliminate him if he calls off here. Now, last night, Chino Rheem ran a big bluff against Phil Hellmuth. Phil Hellmuth did call off with one pair. It was top pair.
10 seconds.
So there is a little bit of recent history at play between these two.
Time extension.
4-time extension slid forward, so I think we're going to get Phil thinking about this one for a little bit. Last night, Chino did say he was going to get those chips back from Hellmuth after that bluff, and this could be that opportunity.
10 seconds. Time extension.
Chino, talk to me. Talk to me, my man.
10 seconds.
I got smoothie in my mouth.
Time extension.
There's not much I can beat. I mean, I have king, queen of hearts. Look like a great flop for me.
Seconds. Time extension.
More time extensions going in for Hellmuth. He has been, you know, over the course of his career, able to make these folds that keep his tournament life alive. And this is an opportunity when
10 seconds.
he needs to find that fold button.
Time extension.
This one's gonna be fun. Win or lose, no matter what.
10 seconds.
I've already decided. This is
All right.
This is gonna be fun for me.
Chino finally talks, and that prompts Hellmuth to call, and he calls off
Did it chirp
wrong.
A little bit to get you to put it in. Why'd I
mean-
wait? Why'd I wait so long to start chirping? My man.
Yeah, Chino, you really outplayed me, Chino.
Good game.
Why would you talk shit to me?
I'm not talking shit. I'm just having a little fun.
Good battle.
Good playing with you, Phil.
Good game, Phil.
Feels so fucking unlucky the last fucking 3 hours at this fucking table. Jesus Christ. Ah!
475 colors.
God damn, ace is the only fucking card he moves in with, too. Fuck.
I'll grab it.
I have to miss.
Well, Phil Hellmuth is out the door in 5th
I
place.
waited that long to open my mouth if I knew that was gonna happen.
There you see it there. $70,200 is the score for Hellmuth. He finished 4th in the opening event at this series. Took home $98,000 there, so almost $170,000 total won at this
box,
series for
there's no way
Hellmuth
to
as Chino
make it
Rheem
my
works on
box. I have
stacking
to
his
use this
chips.
one.
They can probably switch it. I'll let them know. Can you use this box? Okay, yeah, that's fine.
All right, thanks.
All right, 4 hands are going to 11.
All right, boys. Now we can play.
Hellmuth is now up to 3rd on the series leaderboard. He's got
Oh, that was
168
sweet.
points. That puts him
That man
right
snapped.
in contention to win one of the dream
Right-
seats,
right when I said
ultimately get
something,
into the
snap.
PGT $1 Million
That
Championship.
was nice.
There is the 4th event of the series going on across the hall here at the Poker Go studio, another $10,000 buy-in event. So I would imagine I would imagine Phil Hellmuth hops into that one. Excuse me there.
10 seconds.
He might take some time off as he normally does, maybe come in a little late, but we should see Phil back into battle. He's already made 2 final tables here at the series, so let's see if a third one
490.
comes.
490.
Becker here. Bad timing with this 3-bet. You know, right idea, wrong time. You know, Becker's been quiet, so you would figure maybe he's playing a little bit snug.
10 seconds.
Aido's got the big chip lead. He's able to get aggressive here. Becker's got one of those hands that does have some properties to block some premiums from your opponent.
Time extension.
But we can see Aido's got the best drawing hand of the game, Ace-King.
All in.
All in.
There is the jam from Sergio. Quick fold from Becker. These final 4 players have locked up $97,200. Up top, $275K. 108 entry field in this tournament. More than $1 million in the prize pool. Clutch asking if this is live or a replay. We are live, buddy. We are live. Appreciate all the viewers out there on the PokerGo YouTube channel, on PokerGo.com as well. If you're watching on the PokerGo YouTube channel, do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Hit the like button. Pump up those analytics. Help us out here.
Call.
Check.
10 seconds.
Blind versus blind here between Chino out of the small blind, Sergio in the big blind. Jack 10-4. Couple of clubs.
Check.
Rheem has a pair of 4s. Some checks.
Check.
7 of clubs on the turn.
Check.
Seconds.
20.
You have anything?
Something.
A pair?
Yeah.
Yes?
What do you have?
You beat a 4? Or you had a 4 too?
Beat.
You beat? Nice hand. Good hand, Poppy.
Seconds.
10-7 suited here for our chip leader, Sergio Aido out of the small blind.
290.
290.
A little over 3.5x here from Sergio. Attacking Brandon Wilson's big blind.
10 seconds.
720.
720.
And Wilson fights back with a 3-bet, makes it 720,000.
10 seconds.
Sergio gives it up. Wilson takes that one.
Last hand 11. $160. That's it.
Alan,
Check.
what's up, break?
This would be a quick one, like a 2 minute from the race off, and then you
10-7 again for Sergio. This
In
time
how
the
many hands?
offsuit variety. He raises
This
and
last hand we
Becker
have a quick break.
defends.
Okay, cool.
100,000.
So now,
100K is the continuation bet from Aido. Becker flopping middle pair here. Not going to go anywhere. Makes the call.
Check.
Becker checking again when the 6 of hearts rolls off on the turn. It's now open-ended for Sergio.
425.
Time extension.
All in.
All in.
Becker comes with a check jam. It's not all that much more, but Sergio cannot call. And that's a nice find for J-Bex, as he is now back up over 2 million. Well, I saw someone in the chat asking, who is the sponsor? Who is Global Poker? Well, Global Poker is where if you love playing poker, if you thoroughly enjoy it, then you're going to love Global Poker. Head on over to globalpoker.com. Whether you're into tournaments or ring games, Global Poker has something for every type of player, and the action runs around the clock. So find your next game today at globalpoker.com. Check them out today. Check them out right now. I've played quite a bit on Global Poker myself. Got a lot of good events. I like to frequent the the big series that they run. They have a few big major series throughout the year. Magic of television as we work to cut out the actual break here. Leaderboard showing Sergio Aido is still up on top. Brandon Wilson, Chino Rheem, and Jeremy Becker are the other 3 players remaining. $97,000 is what everyone is guaranteed right now. They are, of course, playing for $275,000 up top.
Looked at charts yesterday, boys. For this exact spot that me and you are going to be in if they fold. I'm going to be honest with you guys. And I never like study like that. But like 20 big blinds, I know what that motherfucking thing says.
That makes one of us.
To do. Okay? I know all those hands.
Yeah, but versus me, it's not worth anything.
I'm just saying, I know, plus I know what my gut is going to tell me. We go on that more though.
Yeah, of course.
So Chino Rheem
What do you got?
admitting that he looked at charts last night for the first time and possibly ever. But Becker mentioning it's probably not that useful against him because he doesn't really study like that. Becker, of course, very, very experienced.
Bet 200.
Wilson receives a great turn card here, connecting with the ace
10 seconds.
and retaking the lead on this hand. And he's going to continue with his aggression, but
The solver said to do none of what I just did. He said to do none of what I just did.
no further action there from Chino Rheem. Wilson approaching 4 million in chips. Becker and Rheem sitting around 2 million apiece. Rheem slightly ahead of Becker. Everyone is at least 20 big blinds deep here. Levels in this tournament are 30 minutes long from start to finish.
Oh.
If you guys want to follow along with this series a little bit more in depth, I would encourage you to head on over to pgt.com, where you can navigate to the live reporting section. That's where you can find all of the updates for this series. Right now, live reporting is taking place for event number 4, another $10,000 buy-in event that is happening across the studio here in Las Vegas. You guys can check out the various leaderboards on offer, read different news articles, see the upcoming schedule for the PGT. All that good stuff can be found on pgt.com. Becker here, taking this one upstairs with a 3-bet. Wilson made it 225 with King 8 of spades. Becker makes it 500 with Ace 9 off. Wilson thinks he's got enough to come along. Decent price with a smaller 3-bet out of Becker. And we see an ace-high board here, Ace, Jack, Deuce. 1 spade available. Wilson checks. Not the deepest SPR here. After that 3-bet, Becker with 1.6 back. There's 1.25 out there. 20% pot from Becker gets it done. Becker improves nicely to up over 2.8 million. That knocks Chino Rheem down to the bottom of the leaderboard. Shout out to Eric and Christy, our mods over on YouTube in the chat. Keeping all you animals under control. Dropping knowledge on the various sponsors, info on the tournament, all that sort of stuff. Very much appreciate you guys, so thank you. Earlier at the PGT Last Chance series, we had Clement Dang topping David ODB Baker in the first event. Dang won almost $278,000. That was the event that Hellmuth finished 4th in. And then yesterday in event number 2, Patrick Leonard, aka Pads, he topped a 126 entry field to win $315,000. Nick Schulman got 3rd place there. Leonard defeated David Coleman in heads-up play. Jeremy Becker, who is, of course, here in the Final Four, he finished in 8th place in event number 2. So back-to-back deep runs for J-Bex. J-Bex coming off his best year ever, won more than $1.8 million on the felt. Capped off a very good year with a 5th place finish in the WPT World Championship. Down the street at the Win, taking home $700K in that one. And then added another title right before the calendar rolled over. He won an $1,100 event at the Venetian for, I believe it was $71,000 or $72,000. So Becker closes 2025 strong. He enters 2026 performing very well here. And we'll see if that's a sign of things to come for J-Bex. Once a daily tournament grinder, now here with the big boys.
325.
Wilson makes it 325 out of the small blind. Becker has a dominated King 7 to Wilson's King 9. Becker once again attacking with a 3-bet against Brandon Wilson, makes it 775. Wilson folds, and now Becker moves ahead of Wilson. He's only a small blind ahead, but ahead nonetheless, up into 2nd place.
Wow. Kathy? Oh, man, thank you. I wish he came and delivered it himself.
This is your drink?
No, he always hypes it up. Says the no sugar one is better than the sugar one. So I said, bring me one, I'll try it.
Oh, this is a no sugar, a 0 sugar Snapple.
He drinks those nonstop.
Who?
Kathy.
Oh.
Snapple. People still drink Snapple, huh? Okay, all right. Leave it up to Jared Jaffe to continue to drink the Snapple.
10 seconds.
jams with the king 10 off after a limp from Becker.
Charts.
Becker quickly
Charts.
out of the way.
You said that exact situation, right?
The chart didn't say to do what I just did, though.
Raise 225.
Becker has been chipping up recently, a couple of 3-bets that have gone his way. He had that jam during the last level on the turn against Sergio Aido, so feeling a little bit more loose here. Opens it up with the jack 8 off on the button. Aido defends, queen 6-3. Aido taking the lead here. Middle pair, backdoor spades. Nine of hearts on the turn. Gutter now for Becker. Five on the end here after action check through on the turn. That leaves Aido with the best hand, a pair of sixes for him.
10 seconds.
300.
Seconds.
300K is the bet here, about a third pot, so on the side of a blocker bet. And Becker has not folded yet, so is he thinking about taking this one upstairs? And he's grabbing those 100K bumblebees.
Raised
That looks like 1.4, 1.5 million.
1.4.
And there it is.
Extension.
Sergio cannot make the call. Another nice find from Jeremy Becker.
Playing the game.
He is playing the
one's not
game.
in any sort of.
In his
Those
custom
streets just
PGT hat, I might add. The only player on tour with a custom PGT hat, because we love Jeremy Becker so much.
Upset, no flush draw on the turn.
Nice hand. You got Poppy to give you a little 300 ball.
Yep.
Nice hand. You should have been.
Hmm?
You go 6. Maybe he goes 1.4.
I was just kidding about the set.
Sergio Aido still in the chip lead, but Jeremy Becker is right there in his rear view mirror. Only a couple of big blinds behind.
Raise to 200.
As Chino finds queen 9 off on the button, comes in for 200.
10 seconds.
Raise to 600.
3-bet from Wilson. Quick fold from Chino.
Good one? Medium.
Medium?
No, you. Good one or medium?
I think different people would classify it as different things.
What do you classify it as?
I would classify it as good.
Okay.
It was a good play. It was not a good hand.
I had queen 9 off. How am I doing? Was it 2 live
Amazing.
cards?
Always live cards, right? Come on now.
Another raise here from Chino, this time 10-9 suited. First to act, Becker defends. Jack 10-8. Rainbow, but there is one heart available. Both players connecting.
It's always the next flop, so you definitely would have whiffed with the queen 9 last hand.
Chino continues. Becker makes the call. Another jack on the turn. That gives trips to Jeremy Becker.
Check.
$500.
500.
$500K from Chino. He's got 1.3 million behind.
Call.
Becker makes the call, and this pot has swelled up to just about 2 million. Five of spades on the end. Backdoor flush draw comes in.
Check.
Becker checks. Probably time for Chino to wave the white flag here and just check back with this showdown value.
Yeah. No more money goes in.
He does check back. He's going to see the bad news. It's trips for Jeremy Becker.
Nice hand.
And now Becker has worked his way into the chip lead, up over 4.8 million. Chino Rheem now sub 13 big blinds. He's in the big blind on this hand, so 200K is going to be committed to this pot.
Sorry, my bad. 6 of pot exposed. Sorry, guys.
Brandon Wilson came in with a raise heater 200K. Chino called. Ace, king, 5, all diamonds. Check. Wilson bet the minimum, 100K. Rheem called. 10 of spades on the turn.
Seconds.
300.
300K from Wilson. Rheem says no thank you. Gives it up. Chino Rheem now below $1 million. Sitting on 8.75 big blinds. He's certainly going to need to make something happen pretty soon. Becker here with the ace-9 makes it 225 on the button. Aido calls. A couple of 7s for him out of the big. Queen, jack, 4, 2 spades. Becker's hand does contain the ace of spades. Aido won't continue there, so Becker increases his chip lead. Octopi Poker is the next generation study system for everyone, from casual players to elite pros like that man on your screen, Mr. Stephen Chidwick. Octopi Poker is fun to use, it is affordable, and it is full of features. Check it out today. Just head on over to octopipoker.ai now and get started on your path to poker mastery. It looks like Chino Rheem there moved his chips in on the button. No takers though.
Oh, sorry.
It's gonna look really good for you if you had nothing in those hands that you just beat me out of. I mean, I didn't have much either, but if you had nothing, it's gonna look really good for you. One of them I had a pair. This last one I didn't have shit. I had queen high, small diamond.
10 seconds.
All in?
Another jam here from Rheem, this time ace-6 off, and Aido's not going to go anywhere. It's just a matter of how he plays this one with 2 9s.
10 seconds.
Aido's going to jam.
Dead. I'm dead. All right.
Wilson and Becker get out of the way. Chino's got one overcard to the pocket 9s of Aido, and he's going to need to find it if he wants to stay alive here at the event number 3 final table.
Daddy's got to fuck Poppy. We need an ace.
King 5-4.
We've got some more outs.
3 to a straight working for Rheem.
8 and under. Okay.
3 on the turn. Some
got
additional
outs,
outs
boys.
now for Chino. An ace, a 7, or a deuce.
8 and under.
One card to
more time.
come.
7 and under. Good luck, boys.
5 on the end pairs the board. That is not what Chino Rheem was looking for, and we say goodbye to him in 4th place. $97,200 is what Chino's going to be taking home. And that pot allows Sergio Aido to move back into the chip lead, leapfrogging Jeremy Becker as we now move into 3-handed play. There you see the updated chip counts presented by Global Poker. Check them out today at globalpoker.com. Sergio Aido's on top. Jeremy Becker not far behind, and Brandon Wilson has a healthy $3.5 million to work with. The PGT leaderboard as things currently stand. Sam Soverall is up on top. Alex Foxen in 2nd. Chino Rheem sitting in 3rd. Michael Mizrachi and Zhao Samao round out the top 5, but it is those top 3 that we are focused on, because those top 3, they are the ones that can ultimately win the PGT Player of the Year prize. That prize comes with, of course, the honor of being crowned PGT Player of the Year. That trophy that you saw on your screen, $50,000 in bonus money. And then if you are the player that tops the leaderboard in the regular season, you enter the PGT $1 Million Championship with the largest chip stack. So another benefit of finishing up on top. Still 3 events left to be played
10 seconds.
at the PokerGo studio as part of the PGT Last Chance series. So plenty of points are going to be up for grabs in that race for Player of the Year. Picking up the action here on the turn. Get you guys caught up to speed. Wilson raised to 225. Sergio Aido called. Action was checked through on the flop. 6 on the turn. Aido checks. Wilson is deciding what to do, as I mentioned earlier. You know, always methodical in his play. Takes his time. Kind of a sneaky check with top pair on this board. Aido did turn an open-ended straight draw and could now be enticed to come along, facing $400K from Wilson. And Sergio's in there. Nine on the end. Not the straight completing card that Sergio Aido was looking for. $1.4 million out there. And we're just going to see a check back from Wilson. Take that showdown value, and he is going to win this one. And now Wilson's up over $4 million, so everyone up over $4 million. This is as tight of a race as we have had at this final table. Becker's in the lead. Wilson and Aido in 2nd place. Everyone's got a very healthy stack. Everyone's working with more than 40 big blinds. It is game on. The final 3 players here have locked up $124,200 in prize money. 2nd place will be worth $172.8, and then $275.4 is up top.
10 seconds.
Eric, the YouTube mod, dropping the payouts in the chat. Thank you, sir. I believe you guys can use the Nightbot commands as well. Exclamation point payouts or payout. One of those two, if not both, should drop the payouts automatically if you're looking for those. Just tested it myself, so I can confirm that it does work. If you guys haven't done so already on YouTube, hit that like button. Subscribe to the PokerGo YouTube channel, please. We're approaching 200 likes on the video. Let's get up over 200. Come on. Let's make it happen. It's always nice to see. Bet there from Becker takes it down.
Yeah.
Half a water. PG.
Actually, I'll take a Pana. Yeah.
For those tuning in a little bit late here, we did lose Phil Hellmuth in 5th place. He busted at the hands of Chino Rheem. Rheem recently went out in 4th place, which leaves us with Sergio Aido, Brandon Wilson, and Jeremy Becker. Wilson just going to give Becker a walk. Updated leaderboard here on your screen. This is the screen that the players have available to them in the room. So players can look up at the monitor. You'll often see them kind of look into the sky. This is what they're looking at. You know, instead of saying, hey, how many chips do you have? How many chips do you have? Hey, can I see your stack? They just look up. They can see what people have, go back and make a decision.
Check.
Limped pot, blind versus blind. Becker versus Aido. Seven, 5, as Becker checks. Aido also checks. Bet on the end here from Becker, 225. I don't thinking about looking him up here with Queen High possibly.
Time extension.
Aido ultimately finds the fold. Would have been right, though, if he would have called. For all of the Spanish-speaking fans out there who might be tuning in to watch Sergio Aido here and see if he can take home this title and the $275,000 first place prize, do know that Poker Go has a Spanish channel on YouTube, Poker Go Espanol. Steve Enriquez and Alberto Perez are over there handling the Spanish commentary, so you guys can check that out if you want to listen to the Spanish commentary version of this final table. Again, that's Poker Go Espanol on the on YouTube.
275.
King 5 on the button for Becker. He opens to 275. Aido finds King Queen suited in the small blind.
All in.
And he's just going to move all in.
Time extension.
That gets it done.
Call.
10 seconds.
And check.
Going to a river here with no more money going into the pot so far. Another king comes. Probably just goes check, check, I would guess. Seven's gonna play for Brandon Wilson. Nice looking ace-10 of clubs here for Wilson on the button. Makes it 275. And Becker finds ace-8. You know, Becker has found a few different spots to attack Brandon Wilson with some 3-bets already at this final table. And this could be another one of those spots.
800.
And there we go. Just as I say that, 800 announced. Can't imagine we're ever going to be shedding the ace-10 of clubs here for Wilson. Can certainly play it as a call in position. And that's what Wilson's going to do. 1.85 million in the middle. 9-5-4 rolls out. Rainbow. Becker checks. Wilson checks back. Jack of clubs on the turn. Wilson now with a flush draw. Becker checking again. Signs that he might just be shutting this one down entirely. Wilson doing some quick accounting there on his stack. Action is checked through once again. 3 of hearts on the river. Check, check, and Brandon Wilson's going to win this one. Once again, his kicker plays against Becker. This one allows him to take a pot of almost $2 million and move into the chip lead. Well, if you guys want to play some poker, I would highly encourage you to jump into the free online poker streets with Play Poker Go. Ring games, run deep in tournaments. You can even hit the brand new high-stakes poker themed tables. No deposits, no bots, no gimmicks. Just pure poker fun. It is authentic. It is real. It is over at playpokergo.com. You can also download the game to your iOS or Android device. Check it out today, playpokergo.com. Becker won that last pot. Wilson maintains his lead right now. Becker second, Aido third. Only 4 big blinds separate the chip leader and third place. Very much anyone's game here. Another limped pot, blind versus blind. Both players share a 4. Ace, king, queen rolls out. $275.
250.
Seconds.
800.
800.
Becker attacking here once again. Another 3-bet out of him. He has been the most active 3-better at this final table.
10 seconds.
And Aido puts those deuces into the muck.
Time extension.
Two hundred
10
75.
seconds.
Three players remain here in PGT Last Chance event number 3. $10,000 buy-in in this tournament, 118 entries, and more than $275,000 up top. We are down to just 3 players. Before this, Chino Rheem exited in 4th place. Phil Hellmuth went out the door in 5th. And Joey Weissman busted in 6th. Out of a bunch of eliminations last night, as well as the field played down to the final table. Notably, we had Eric Seidel bubbling the live streamed final table. He finished in 7th place. Alex Foxen right before him. He's in a hotly contested Player of the Year race here on the PokerGo Tour with Sam Soverall, but Foxen picking up 38 points to help his efforts there.
10 seconds.
Soverall did finish in the money in this event as well, but it was a min cash for him, just 16 points. Aido limp calling here from the small blind against Wilson's raise from the big blind. Jack 10-5, couple of clubs. Big sizing selected from Wilson. Quick fold from Sergio. King Jack 9. Wilson hits a pair of jacks. Bet on the turn there from Brandon Wilson gets it done. Wilson extending his chip lead quite nicely at just about 6 million. Sergio Aido below 3 million for the first time in what seems like forever. Aido did come into today with the chip lead. Brandon Wilson wasn't too far behind. Minimum bet from Wilson with top 2. Quick fold out of Aido, who had absolutely nothing. And Brandon Wilson now 6.4 million. Looking like he's starting to run away with this thing. As things pertain to the 2 leaderboards at play, both the season-long leaderboard to qualify for the PGT Championship via finishing in the top 40, and the Dream Seat leaderboard, which is independent of this series. I'll just pause right there as Sergio Aido comes with a 3-bet jam. Quick fold out of Becker. Aido is currently in the top 40. He's got 1,197 points. He's sitting in 35th place. Based on who has opted in and who hasn't, Aido might climb up a few spots. Of course, we have yet to tally the 124 points at a minimum that he's going to be getting from this finish. So Aido should be pretty secure within the top 40. That then means that you got Brandon Wilson and you got Jeremy Becker. Now Becker, he's played just about every single No Limit Hold'em PGT event that has been offered this season, especially here in the studio. The results have not come for him. But after an 8th place finish in event number 2, minimum of 3rd place here in event number 3, Becker is very much in contention for one of the 5 dream seats that would get him into the PGT $1 Million Championship. And then for Brandon Wilson, you know, he's in a very interesting spot. He's got 745 points, which is outside the top 40. It's in about 85th place right now. But a win here pushes him closer to the top 40 while also gives him a really good shot at winning a dream seat. So he'll be in a really good spot to do one of those 2 things. Either he gets a couple more points via the last 3 events, and then he ultimately finishes in the top 40. Or he wins enough points to finish in the top 5 of the leaderboard to win a dream seat. So it's kind of a double-edged sword in a good way for Brandon Wilson. Just getting caught on the action here. This was raised pre from Aido. Both players called. Action checked through on the flop.
10 seconds.
Pretty nice turn card here for Wilson. Allows him to pick up an open-ended straight draw in addition to those spades. And he's going to come with 600K. Becker's out of the way. Aido's out of the way. So another pickup for Brandon Wilson. And he's now up to 6.775 million. Both Becker and Aido both below 4 million. Becker makes it 400K out of the small blind. In ace for Sergio in the big blind.
All in.
And he comes at the jam, finds it quite nicely. Quick fold out of Becker.
All right, gentlemen, that's the early markets off my hands today. Play 3 hands, guys. Then we go play 3 hands.
Limp in a check, blind versus blind once again. Brings us to a Jack 8 deuce rainbow flop. Aido first to act. He checks. Wilson checks back. 4 on the turn. Pairs up Aido and gives him the lead. Action is checked through once again. King on the river. Aido checks. At this point, Wilson might look to bluff this one. 9 high. Probably not going to win at showdown. And there it is. 250. Sergio's going to make the call. And he's going to win this one. Queen 9 off here for Brandon Wilson in the small blind.
One more, right?
10
This
seconds.
He comes with a limp.
10 seconds.
Becker checks. Jack 8-3 with a couple of spades. Gutter ball and an over for Wilson. Top pair for Jeremy Becker. Checked by both players. 9 on the turn gives a pair of 9s to Wilson. Check, check again. And an ace on the end. Wilson bets 250. And Becker makes the call, rightfully so. Pair of jacks are best, and Becker's going to take that pot. And Brandon Wilson is clipped back below 6 million.
Break.
Still a healthy chip leader. Couple of queens for Brandon Wilson here on the button. It's been a while since we've seen a premium holding. And Becker finds King 10 suited, so this could get a little bit fun.
10 seconds.
Becker calls.
Okay, perfect.
Jack 3 deuce, 2 spades, 1 diamond. Queens remain best for Wilson. Flops an overpair to the board. Becker checks. $300K from Wilson. I think we'll see Becker continue here. He's kind of got enough overall, somewhat wrapped around that jack. Backdoor diamonds, king high could be good. 6 of hearts on the turn. Not really a turn card Becker is looking for. Wilson's reaching.
Time extension.
That looks like 1,050,000. Wilson sizing up a little bit here. Certainly looks like he's aligning this to get 3 streets of value from it. Probably not much to be worried about at all on this sort of board. Really hoping Becker
10 seconds.
has a jack here and is just kind of forced to come along. But Becker's out of there with the king high, so Brandon Wilson takes that pot, and just as he got down below 6 million in chips, he's back up to 6.7. 3 players remaining. High stakes poker is back, boys and girls, and season 15 might be the wildest yet. Global superstar Kevin Hart makes his high stakes poker debut. You got Andrew Roble, Antonio Esfandiari, Jennifer Tilly, Sam Kiki, Nick Airball. They're playing all the hits this season. 17 brand new episodes are available now, and they are exclusively on Poker Go. Use the promo code HSP15 to get $30 off your first year of a new annual plan. Take a look at the PGT leaderboard updated now with Chino Rheem's points from finishing in 4th place in this event, closing the gap a little bit with the 2 ahead of him, Sam Soverall and Alex Foxen. Here's a look at the main studio room where event number 4 is running. I see Andrew Lucky Shuey Lichtenberger, Jesse Lonis, David ODB Baker, Chino Rheem's already out there. You got Sam Soverall and Zhao Samao in the foreground battling. For updates on that event, check out pgt.com. Just navigate to the live reporting section. You guys can check hand histories. You can see the chip counts updated, who's busting who, all that sort of good stuff. pgt.com. Back to the action here. We are 3-handed, event number 3 final table. The blinds have gone up, 75K, 150. Brandon Wilson, he's in the black hat right there. Next to him in the blue hat, that's Jeremy Becker. And then in no hat, Sergio Aido. Wilson has the big chip lead, and he is the one betting 150K on the Jack 8-4 all spade flop. Aido comes along. Another Jack on the turn, pairs the board. Action check through. 9 of spades on the end. So spades come home. Wilson, the only player with a spade. Not the biggest flush, but a flush nonetheless. And if this goes to showdown, he will win the pot. Sergio comes with the bet for 550. It's not going to work. Wilson calls with the spade. And Brandon Wilson up over 7.5 million now.
450.
Seconds. 10 seconds.
Raise.
You get 1,000. Call. Heads up. Check.
Seconds.
325.
Ace-8 of clubs here for Jeremy Becker on the button.
10 seconds.
18 bigs for Jeremy.
Time extension.
Becker's going to come in with a healthy raise, 1.1 million.
I won it.
I got a raise. You should be
No action.
I don't think so.
You didn't. I threw it in at 20 seconds.
Yeah, I thought I heard something hit the felt.
I leave them here when they're active, so you know if you use them or not.
Yeah, thank you.
Seconds.
425.
Becker getting a little tricky here, coming with a limp from the small blind with ace king.
10 seconds.
Aido doesn't bite, checks back the 7-5. Favorable flop for Aido. Flops top pair, 5-3 deuce. Becker checks.
150.
Minimum bet from Sergio, 150K. Becker's not going to go anywhere. He's got 2 overcards. He's got a gutter to the wheel. Could have the best hand. 10 on the turn. Another check out of Becker. $425K is the bet on the turn from Sergio. Becker sticking around once again. Big river card coming for these 2 stacks, and it is a 4. Becker finds the wheel.
Check. Checks down.
Check, check, and Sergio's not going to like what he sees. Becker rolls over the ace-king. Spikes a wheel on the river. And that's going to leave Sergio Aido the start of day chip leader with fewer than 10 big blinds. Brandon Wilson maintains his lead, 8.45 million. Becker climbs up nicely, separating himself from Sergio Aido. And Aido's now going to need to get to work here.
All in.
All in.
Jam with the queen-6 suited from Sergio out of the small blind, gets it through.
Okay, put some down.
We get 1,000.
Oh yeah.
Time extension.
Raise from Sergio here on the button. Makes it 300K.
10 seconds.
Becker defends. 7-6 off. Off to a flop we go. It's king 7-3. Becker takes the lead here, middle pair. Sergio's going to continue. Betting the minimum. Becker comes along, 8 of diamonds appears on the turn. Another check from Becker. Check back from Aido. 3 of hearts on the end, pairs the board. That card likely to improve the confidence for Becker that he's got the best hand. Check, check, and Becker's going to win that one. So 2 recent pots where Jeremy Becker beats Sergio Aido. And that has allowed Becker to firmly move into second place. And Aido is left with, once again, sub 10 bigs here. Brandon Wilson, chip leader, queen 10 off.
All in.
Just gonna move all in. A lot of ICM pressure on Becker specifically with how short Sergio Aido is there, so Brandon Wilson can really leverage his stack against his opponents as he does there. Both players folded. Do want to remind you guys that the PGT $1 Million Championship is coming up in a few days, January 12th through 13th, here at the Poker Go studio. That event is a $1 million free roll for all the top players on the PGT, including select Dream Seat winners. You'll have 40 players who qualify via the top 40 of the PGT leaderboard, and then it's either 14 or 15 Dream Seat winners will all be out here. If you enjoy playing poker, as I know you do, then you're going to love Global Poker. So whether you're into tournaments or ring games, Global Poker has something for every type of player. It also has action running around the clock. Find your next game today. Just head on over to globalpoker.com and get in on the action. Poker Go will have day 1 and final table coverage of the PGT $1 Million Championship. Becker finds an ace here, but given the situation, just absolutely cannot call. In that PGT $1 Million Championship, first place is $500,000. The top 6 will pay out. last year in that event, you had Jeremy Osmus, who topped the season-long leaderboard and became PGT Player of the Year. He then went on to win the PGT Championship. He defeated Nick Schulman in heads-up play. Jeremy is currently in the top 40, but he's on the very bottom portion of it, so he's still going to be fighting through the PGT Last Chance series to secure his position, try and run it back in the $1 Million Championship. And Nick Schulman, he is very much solidified in the top 40. He's in, I think, 6th or 7th place, something like that. Very, very much towards the top. He's had a great year in all the PGT events. Queen 5 suited here for Sergio, and he's going to move all in. Call made from Brandon Wilson with Jack 10. So we got a flip on our hands. Right now things are in favor of Sergio Aido, the shorter stack, but plenty of equity resides with Wilson. Six, 6, 5. Aido still in front. Wilson looking for a jack or a 10. 8 on the turn. Still just a jack or a 10 is what Wilson needs if he wants to take out Aido. Aido, of course, looking to just fade. 3 of clubs on the end, and Sergio Aido is going to double up here. Going to get back to 2.8 million and get right back into this thing. Sergio Aido is one of those players that once you add in his points that he will earn today, should be pretty much locked into the top 40. So should see him in the PGT $1 Million Championship. Some of the others that we're definitely going to see in that event. You got Michael the Grinder Mizraki. He's in there. Jesse Lonis, Stephen Chidwick, Daniel Negreanu, Kristen Foxen, Andrew Lichtenberger. We could even see a rematch of Michael Mizraki versus John Wozniak, because Wozniak is also qualified. So the top two finishers from this year's WSOP, or last year's WSOP main event, are going to be in the event and
3.7 mil.
could be battling once again. Patrick Leonard's going to get in there. Sean Winter. Jason Kuhn right now is looking like he's going to qualify. Masato Yokosawa as well. He's out here battling at the PGT Last Chance series for all our Japanese viewers. Becker finds ace, jack in the small blind.
10 seconds.
Tom.
10 seconds.
total?
Aido electing to take this one upstairs. Makes it 450. Guessing Becker's going to come with a limp jam.
Time extension.
All in.
And there it is. Quick fold out of Sergio. Becker takes that one down. I talked about the PGT $1 Million Championship that is coming up January 12th through 13th, and you guys can watch it live on Poker Go. That will conclude the 2025 season. The new season for 2026 kicks off at the end of January, January 26th, with the PGT Kickoff Series right here in Las Vegas at the Poker Go studio. That series will have 6 events. It will offer double PGT points for all cashes. So if you were to cash for 100 points in an event, that is actually 200 points. That's how that works out. A nice way to get a boosted start to your 2026 PGT campaign. The Poker Go Tour, all the events, especially those here at the Poker Go Studio, they are open to everyone. You know, I do feel the need to point that out, as it does feel like at times, you know, people think that this is kind of a little club that you can't get into. The only thing you need the buy-in. I understand it is a little bit pricier, of course, but PGT tournaments at the Poker Go Studio are open to all. So if you got 5K, 10K, you know, or even higher for some of the bigger buy-in events, you can come on down to the Poker Go Studio in Las Vegas. You can sit down next to a Jason Kuhn, a Phil Hellmuth, who we saw earlier today, a Daniel Negreanu, you know, any of these guys, and you can test your skills against them. If you are interested in coming out to play, be sure to check out pgt.com/schedule. PGT Commissioner Tim Duckworth keeps that schedule updated as best as possible. Oftentimes on the schedule page, you will be able to find the various satellite offerings that are available as well. So if you want to get in for a little bit cheaper. Yeah, JT, I mean, I understand. I talk to a lot of people, you know, that maybe they pop into the studio or you just see them around town or whatever it may be. And there's a fair amount of people that think that the Poker Go Studio is closed. Now, if we're taping high stakes poker, no gamble, no future, etc., one of those high stakes cash games, yeah, it is closed. You know, it's closed to the extent that you can't just get in the game. But a tournament, a PGT event, heck, come on down. Let's go.
Check.
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 I was fortunate enough to win a satellite to the opening event of the Poker Masters earlier this season. Played the satellite just, you know, a few hundred steps away over at Aria Poker. Won my seat, got into the event. Not much happened in the event, but the point is that it can happen to you. I am proof that it happened. Plenty of satellite winners get out here and they battle.
Check.
10 seconds.
Jack comes in on the end here. That gives Sergio Aido a straight. His turn to river a straight in a hand against Jeremy Becker.
$350.
$350K is the bet from Aido. He does have that jack high straight working. Trying to get some value, but I don't know if this queen high from Becker's going to do it.
10 seconds.
Becker does lay it down. JT asking, is there a merch store at the studio? There is not, unfortunately, but shop.pokergo.com is where you can check out official PokerGo merch online.
Do we have to wait till after the hand?
For the tea.
Brandon Wilson still up on top here. And he gets a walk in the big blind. The blinds are 100K, 200K. Sergio Aido's working with almost 11 bigs. Brandon Wilson is well out in front with almost 37 bigs. Jeremy Becker in the middle of those two, working on 20 bigs. And this is a hand you love to see when you've got just 11 bigs on the button. A couple of 8s here for Sergio, and he's going to move it all in. And this Becker's, yeah, he's going to give him a call here. Here we go. He's not going to like that he sees the 8s from Sergio. All right, here we go. King, Queen 3, no hearts available. The pocket 8's holding up so far for Sergio Aido as he looks to score another double up. Jeremy Becker's looking for an ace. 7 on the turn. A little bit of help for Jeremy Becker. The 8s are still best, but 2 more outs available. Four on the river.
175.
Sergio Aido had just over 2 million in chips, and he's now going to have well over 4 million thanks to that double up there, courtesy of pocket 8s. Doubling through Jeremy Becker. Becker now on just under 8 bigs for J-Bex. These players are guaranteed $124,200 right now. Second place worth $172,800. First place, $275,400.
$4.7 mil.
4.7 million.
Brandon Wilson with the big raise here. Nothing Sergio can do there. Roles are reversed between Sergio and Jeremy now, where Sergio's going to have a little bit more pressure put on him in terms of the ICM situation because of how short Jeremy Becker is, sub 8 big blinds. Before it was Jeremy in that weird spot because of how short Sergio was. But as for Brandon Wilson, continues to be the chip leader here. Couple of 8s for Becker. On the button, just like Sergio.
10 seconds.
All in.
All in.
And there's the jam.
Call.
Snap call from Brandon Wilson. Ace 9 of spades. 2 overs to Becker's 8s. Queen 9-5 rolls out. Brandon Wilson takes the lead. Becker's going to need to find one of the 2 remaining 8s if he wants to stay alive. He could also go runner, runner, 6-7 to make a straight. 8 on the turn. Hello for Jeremy Becker. And that's going to do it. No need to even worry about the river card as Becker locks it up with that 8 on the turn, the 8 of hearts. And he's right back in the game. So pocket 8's working well for Sergio Aido a few moments ago, and here working well for Jeremy Becker.
Seconds.
3.3.
3.3 million.
Another big raise from Brandon Wilson. No action. Jeremy Becker is still the short stack, but a bit healthier than he was.
Raise.
400,000.
10 seconds.
Raise from Wilson makes it 400 on the button with Queen 7 off.
10 seconds.
No one willing to get involved.
10 seconds.
RS4 Cool said, table of donkeys. Well, I don't know if you were here about 5 minutes ago, RS, but I said that the Poker Go Studio and these PGT events specifically are open to anyone, so you are more than welcome to come on down and play with said donkeys.
10 seconds.
So come on.
$1.2.
1.2.
Time extension.
1.2 million. Good.
I'm sure you would, RS. I'm sure you would.
$5.50.
$5.50 out of the small blind from Brandon Wilson. Becker with a suited queen 4 makes the call in position. Ace, king, deuce. $200K from Wilson. Becker makes the call, and the 8 of diamonds appears on the turn.
Check.
Wilson slowing down here. $500K is the bet from Becker, and that's enough to get it done. So Jeremy chipping up nicely, back to $4 million. Brandon Wilson sliding the other direction as of late, sitting on 5.85. Still the chip leader, yes, but he was up to about 8.4 million or so as his high point, so a bit off of that mark.
$400,000.
Wilson attacking from the button, min raise to 400K.
All in.
Becker moves all in with queen 10 suited. That's gonna work. Another nice pickup for Becker. Final 3 players here in PGT Last Chance event number 3. This event had a $10,000 buy-in. 108 entries, so more than $1 million in the prize pool. Final 3 are guaranteed $124,000 with more than $275K up top to the winner. Another benefit of playing here often inside the Poker Go studio is all of the events offer rate discounts for on-time registration. For example, this event, $10,000 buy-in, $500 fee, so $10,500. If you show up on time, your first entry is only $10,100. So you save $400. So you know, really reduces the rake there.
All in.
All in.
Becker finds ace 9, makes it 400K. Aido moves all in with ace jack.
$3,250,000 total.
32.
10 seconds. Time extension.
One-time extension used there from Becker, but ultimately gets away from the ace 9.
10 seconds.
Avoids a disaster of a situation because he would have been dominated by Sergio.
Time
Let me get it
extension.
set up. On back there.
Aaron asking if all tournaments charge a fee to get in. Is it typical practice? Yes, they do. You know, I mean, a very select few might have, you know, no rake or no fee, but they all do. You know, and as you pointed out there in your second part to the question, yes, that is how the house or the operator or the venue makes money. So, you know, sometimes you'll see a tournament labeled as a $10,000 tournament, it's plus 500, or maybe they take $500 out, whatever it may be. Octopi Poker is the next generation study system for everyone, from casual players to elite pros like Steven Chidwick. It is fun to use, it is affordable, and it is full of features. Head to octopipoker.ai now and check it out. They do have various pricing tiers at Octopi Poker. One of them is free. You can head on over to octopipoker.ai. You can start poking around, see what you like, and then go from there. So octopipoker.ai. Check them out today. Yeah, so Aaron, one of the things that I would encourage you to do, you know, and, you know, shout out to the shameless plug that I'm about to drop on you. PlayPokerGo.com, a free-to-play social game, but it is pretty real and authentic. You know, you can head on over to PlayPokerGo.com. You can download the app to your iOS or your Android device, and you can play there, and you can test things out, and you can get a real feel for both tournaments and ring games. There are also sit-and-goes available. So, you know, if you do have an interest to start playing, start learning the ropes, I would highly encourage you to start there. And then once, you know, you want to graduate, if you do reach that point, you can always move on to bigger and better things. But, you know, certainly check out playpokergo.com. Wilson here makes it 600K from the small blind, and Becker finds jacks in the big blind. Becker flats in position. 10-4 deuce rolls out. Gutter working for Wilson. A 3 would give him a wheel. Becker with the overpair.
$500.
500. 500,000.
500K announced from Wilson. Becker continues with the slow play, calling once again. King on the turn.
$9.50.
950.
Wilson is going to continue with the aggression to the tune of 950,000. Becker calls, and an ace comes home on the end. Brandon Wilson finds it. And this pot is enormous. 4.3 million in the middle. Wilson in the tank here. And I would guess he's just going to go for this.
All in.
All in.
And there it is.
Can you just take them as I go? Or how much, I guess, first?
Wilson asks for all of it from Jeremy Becker, and immediately Becker knows he's going to be spending some time to think this one through as he reaches for all of his time extension cards. Each one of those little cards is worth 30 additional seconds of thought. Puts them out in front of him and tells the dealer to just start taking them as he goes. And you know, this is the risk you take when you slow play a hand like Becker did. Everything was working out in his favor until the ace on the river. And sometimes these situations just don't work out. Becker deep in the tank here, and what always makes these spots increasingly difficult is when you're up against someone of Brandon Wilson's caliber. You know Brandon Wilson has it in him to go 3 streets on a bluff. But can Jeremy Becker find the fold? If he doesn't,
Time extension.
he's going to be hitting the rail in 3rd place. Becker does block the queen jack. That would make the nut straight. Maybe he's thinking Brandon wouldn't go all 3 streets like this with an ace high hand. And he does call it off, and he's going to be wrong. Brandon Wilson rolls over the ace 5. Becker tables the jacks per procedure. And he is going to be eliminated in 3rd place, collecting just over $124,000 for the finish. And we are now heads up. Brandon Wilson with the chip lead over Sergio Aido. And they're going to battle it out for the $275,000 first place prize. There you see the updated chip counts presented by Global Poker, entering heads-up play. $9.45 million for Brandon Wilson, $4,050,000 for Sergio Aido. So about 2-to-1, a little bit better than 2-to-1 in favor of Brandon Wilson. Becker, Rheem, Hellmuth, Weissman, those are the players that we lost to get to this stage. Can Daniel Negreanu come back? Can he come back?
I mean, Foxen is dominating this match so far. She's also making some hands, which obviously helps, but she's slowly but surely extended her lead here. As we see 9-9-3 on the flop, Negreanu hitting a pair of 3s.
$180.
180.
Daniel comes with a check raise here. Foxen makes the call. That's 7-8, you know, wrapped a little bit around the 9. It's also got backdoor clubs.
Yeah, it's the modern game of poker. If you even as much as sort of have a sliver of the flop, you're going to be excited to see the turn. The turn, in this case, not very helpful for Foxen, but still, she has options here. Negreanu with just a pair of 3s, not looking too strong.
10 seconds. $175. 175.
No incentive for Foxen to play this slow, as she has nothing going for her. But for Negreanu, this is also a terrible situation. You're short, you only have a pair of 3s. You know that Foxen can do this with air as well as with strong hands. The fact that it wasn't raised before the flop, perhaps giving Negreanu a bit more confidence. And again, the counterfeit. This happened earlier with kings and queens on board when Daniel hit a pair of 6s. Now kings and 9s on board. And Foxen's 8 high is best here. Everything going Foxen's way so far.
She might end up betting this here, just thinking that she needs to bluff at this one.
10 seconds. 550. 550.
All in?
All in. Fold. Nice hand.
Thanks.
Negreanu comes with a check raise all in.
Wow.
Look at that.
That is insane. Negreanu check raised all in after Foxen bet 550K.
Nice.
It really was.
Sick. A 3 something?
Deuce 3.
Yeah, I
I
thought you
said,
had a
fuck
3.
it. I was like, I don't know. She has ace high
Go
to
for
call,
it.
but
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
bluffing,
yeah.
then you can't call.
They saying I can't call with that.
And yes, indeed, he is still in the tournament.
Yeah, maybe we'll get him up here next.
That'd be great. Didn't we have him at a limit hold'em final table last year?
We did.
Was it a 10K limit hold'em with Josh Arye? I'm trying to remember. I feel like they all start to blend together a little bit.
Heads up.
Queen, 10, deuce, 2 spades here. Besh ahead, potential trouble brewing for him as Seidel flops both a pair and a flush draw. Seidel betting 50K. Besh ahead makes the call, and a spade hits on the turn. Eric Seidel makes his flush, and unfortunately for Besh ahead, he also hits a flush. Besh ahead also gets the action check to him. Donnie, Seidel is setting this up perfectly.
Yeah, this is likely going to be a big payday for Seidel.
Besh ahead, as you can see on the screen, not drawing dead. The 8 of spades would give him a straight flush. Seidel giving it some thought. Donnie, what sort of sizing are we looking at here? Lots of options here for Seidel, of course.
Here we go.
Raise. 450.
450 is the raise. Now, if you're Besh ahead here,
All in.
oh, and he moves all in right away. Seidel
And a call.
with the call, and Besh ahead drawing to 1 card, and if he hits it, we're about to go viral on the internet because that would mean he hits a straight flush.
8 of spade.
1 out. It is a live out. 8 of spades still left in the deck. Seidel with a bit of a
5, 8.
smile here, knowing
Oh, that was
he's 1 card away from a massive double up.
Put in a river.
He doesn't
know it's
want to
happening at least once in
talk
his
about it right now.
Besh
I
ahead
thought
doing the
that's
prepay. Eric Seidel looking for a big double up river. But is he at his spade? It's a straight flush, and Eric Seidel is eliminated. Oh my! 1 outer on the river. The Poker Hall of Famer.
Are you serious?
What is going on?
That's insane.
That is disgusting.
Wow.
It's a brutal game sometimes.
Poker is a brutal game. We've all been on both ends of it.
Santos.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final table of PGT Last Chance event number 3. We are down to 2. Heads-up play between Brandon Wilson and Sergio Aido. Wilson, 9.45 million. Aido, 4.05 million. The advantage is with Brandon Wilson, but there is still a lot of poker to be played. Aido's working with just over 20 big blinds, so plenty of depth there to be able to maneuver with. You know, not the most comfortable stack, yes, but, you know, it's not 10 big blinds. It's not sub-10, stuff like that. So we could be in for a little bit of a scrap here. Start things off with a limped pot. These players have locked up $172,800. They are playing for $275,400 up top, so a difference of more than 100K.
down. Checks and sevens, 2 pair.
7.
Yep.
7's going to win this one for Sergio Aido. He strikes first in the heads-up match. Queen Jack for Aido. Aido limps. Wilson finds ace jack and makes it 800K. This could be troublesome for Sergio Aido.
10 seconds.
If he does elect to come with limp jam, he's going to be in a horrible spot. Even a limp call here, it's going to be tricky to improve against a dominated hand like ace jack. He does make the call. 1.8 million in the middle. King 7-6, a couple of diamonds out there. The ace jack still best for Brandon Wilson.
Check.
Both players check. Seven of clubs pairs the board on the turn.
Check.
Another check out of Wilson. And another check back from Sergio. 6 of clubs on the end. We now have a double paired board. Wilson's ace high is best. Sergio's playing the board with the king on board.
Check. Checks down.
Check, check, and Wilson's going to win it with the ace.
1 time.
That's a 3-man marker draw per hand. Between 1 and 2 hands. 2 hands, guys.
All right, 2 hands remaining level.
We get a jam, and he runs right into it, does Aido. Couple of queens for Brandon Wilson. Came with the limp on the button, did Wilson. Got Aido to stick it in with the 5-4 suited. I mean, listen, you're down, yes, but you're not out. 23% equity here. Wilson doesn't have a spade, so let's see what happens. 8-4 deuce. Aido pairs his 4. Queen still best for Brandon Wilson. Ace on the turn. Some additional outs now for Sergio Aido, who can hit a 3 to make a wheel. So he needs a 5, a 4, or a 3. It is the queen of clubs on the end. Brandon Wilson. His queens hold up, and he is the victor here in event number 3 of the PGT Last Chance series. Sergio Aido finishing in second place, taking home $172,800. Brandon Wilson, $275,400 coming his way. Also 275 PGT leaderboard points, which are very, very important in terms of qualifying for the PGT $1 Million Championship. So Brandon Wilson up on top, Sergio Aido, Jeremy Becker, Chino Rheem, Phil Hellmuth, and Joey Weissman. That rounds out the final table in finishing position from today's action. It was a great final table. It was a fun final table. Event number 4 is going on right now. I'd highly encourage you guys to hop on over to PGT.com to follow along. Until next time, which could very well be the PGT Championship on January 12th. My name is Donnie Peters, and I'm out of here.